Assalamu alaikum. Bismillah, alhamdulillah. I'm trying to take deep breaths. The fuckery in the Muslim community is never ending. You know, I'm actually from yesterday had taken my notes on the subject I'm going to cover tonight, and you'll see that I have a 33-year history in the same community, okay? Someone like that can tell you very important matters that Muslims need to learn from, okay? But this stupid bullshit at Epic Masjid, okay, I mean, okay, people say it's tone deaf. It's not tone deaf, okay? It's childish stupidity. Childish stupidity, you know? Daisies, mashallah, want to pretend to be the social justice champions of the world, you know, identify with the black descendants of slavery, the people who suffered Jim Crow, okay? The people being shot to death by cops in the streets and in their cars and in their homes. These fucking daisies live in mansions, okay? And I've already gone through a long history of the crimes these people have committed against the converts of Islam, white and black, Latino, everybody, okay? They're not social justice anything. But also the childish celebrity worship, stupidity. You know, who the hell is Yasser Qadhi in any of this, okay? Why do Muslims always have to do this, you know? Anyway, that's not the subject tonight. Again, I'm trying to take some deep breaths here, but I'm going to get back to that because, okay, it's ridiculous, you know. You know, the same people ignored the converts of Islam for 60 years, okay? Consistently ignore, insult, abuse, and it's so bad that in marriages, dozens of converts have been murdered by those goddamn people, okay? They don't think like humans, okay? I'm just, you know, and I'm not apologizing anymore for saying that because I know it. And there are actually articles you can look up. I don't need them. I know. They don't have empathy, okay? It's beyond tone deaf, beyond that, okay? They don't, all right, anyway. But in recent days, I've mentioned, okay, an aspect of my 33-year history here. And there was a major transition, okay, going back 25, 30, 35 years ago, but it depends on where you were. I've always been here in DFW, okay, so back in those days, you didn't have all these masajid around. They didn't exist, okay? In DFW, you've got 60 or 70 masajid now. When I came here in 1987, here's what we had, and I mean this is all of it, okay? The first masjid was Masjid al-Islam on Harwood, the African-American masjid. That was a beautiful village of Islam, okay? And then I think there was there was another African-American masjid in Fort Worth, but I think they were, you know, Farrakhan, you know, NOI, Nation of Islam, not bad people at all, okay? Then you had Richardson, had their original, you know, constructed masjid from the early 70s. And you had a smaller masjid in Fort Worth, not like what they have today. And then in Arlington, we had a broken down house that was used as a musalla. But the Islam that we had, well, it was the movement, activity. It was converts. It was Tabligh brothers, okay? There was movement, there was work, there was an understanding that Islam is built on work, and that means me. It means every Muslim. When the masajid began being built, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened, all right? So here's like the long drawn out subject. You know, I mean, it's huge because I'm talking about like a major history and the destructive turn that Islam in North America took. I'm laying it out for you. Okay, so it's a big subject. All right, here's what's on screen: a history of how the people of Dunya and Hawa, okay, lazy Muslims, the dunya slaves, the people who just want to enjoy life, and that's even their Islam, they just want it to be amusing and enjoyable and lazy. And Hizbi gangsters, Arabs and daisies, overran the communities after the masajid were built. It's exactly what happened. I'm going to go through it. They marginalized the people of Deen, the people of actual Islam, okay? The people who work for Islam. When they took over the masajid then, the way they operated, what they did, they created, this was the birth of quasi-Islam, okay? They created the habits and culture, okay? Everything about the masjid, everything in the Muslim mind that's all jacked up, that's when quasi-Islam began. And because quasi-Islam is jacked up and it's Muslims just following their hawa, this began so many things like celebrity worship, which is what the deal is with Epic Masjid. Okay, it constantly creates scandals, always, never-ending scandals since then. Okay, because you're talking about the people of Hawa and Hizbiyah. Okay, Islamically, when you follow your Hawa, you're not following Islam. That's okay. And you will have that in its nature, it's criminal against Islam. You have a criminal self, a criminal disposition to just follow whatever I like and whatever I want to do and blah, 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 blah. This problem began the suburban masjid sprawl, okay? So where we had one musalla, and then they built one masjid, and in just 10 years, pop, 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 4 more masajids sprung up out of the ground, okay, as the community divided, but also because you have lazy-ass Muslims who just want a masjid, 2 minutes away. Won't drive even 15 minutes. Of course they won't join Tabligh work. Of course they won't spend the time and effort to be actual Muslim brothers for converts, okay? They want to just jet into the masjid, make their salah, jet back out, and get back to, honey baby at home and the couch and the satellite TV show. And then came the bankruptcy of the communities, okay? They bankrupted Islam to build these useless masajid, all right? And this is how they have destroyed Islam in North America. This is how they have jacked everything up. But it was a major turning point. That's what I have talked about it in many previous sessions when I was talking about the departure from Islam onto the path of quasi-Islam. Okay, and that's all you have today. That's all you have. And that's why nothing gets done. Nothing gets done right. You've got idiots and gangsters running the masajid. You've got this stupidity at Epic Masjid, and that shit has happened to me. Abdul Rahman Murphy, the same thing in Colleyville. Brother Nick Pelletier in Irving. I had the same shit in Irving at ICI before Nick even came around, you know. And Khalil Abdul Rashid, okay? You know, I don't want to talk about what they did, but it's you know, ironic that after what they did to him in Plano, he goes to Harvard. He's been at Harvard now for like over 4 years, I think. So Harvard loves him. The Muslims here loved him. The gangsters running the masjid hated him. Okay. You know, and this is the pattern, and it was just ironic to see him commenting on not specifically Epic Masjid, but just telling these brain dead daisies that, look, you can't be commenting on Black America. Okay? If you want to do anything, you bring people representing them, their people in, give them the forum to speak, which is exactly what your shit people refuse to do for the converts. You think you speak for us and you speak over us. Fuck you. Okay, I'm cutting this off here and coming back.